Hey, Shalom, sister Shalom. Got out here a little early today. It said it's supposed to rain later on, like 40% chance of rain, starting at like 3. So I figured I'd get out here earlier. But yeah, so before I get started, I'm going to say all praises, honor, glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakak Wadash. Salute to the men out here teaching the fullness of the scriptures in these times. To the hopeful elect scattered abroad, unlike unto a speckled bird, tabernacle with King David, look forward to your rulership in the kingdom to come. To the remnant, men, women, children, shalom. Once again, I'm out here through the spirit and power of Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai to bring out the truth of the scriptures to you so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans. Along with the speckled bird Israelites that's going to be scattered in all nations around the world, going to look like some or all of the heathen nations. As the scriptures say, you'll be scattered, dispersed. So somebody asked me a question, or, we was having a little conversation, and he was like, brother, why is Israel so divided right now? You see the division, whether it's Judah, black against Jamaican, black against Haitian, Haitian against Jamaican, Puerto Rican versus Mexican, Dominican, me no Mexican, me no Dominicano. The division is there because of the Lord, man. The Lord going to be the one to have to heal all of that, man. So let's start from. Let's start with the healing, then we'll get to how the division started. Let's go Jeremiah. Start Jeremiah. Jeremiah 17. Let's go. Let's start at 15. Jeremiah 30 and 15. Why criest thou for thine affliction? Thy sorrow is incurable, for the multitude of thine iniquity. Hey man, I'm telling y'all gotta be, we gotta all be careful driving on these streets now. Because they got a lot of people, even down here in North Carolina, they got a lot of people driving these big 18-wheelers and these trucks that don't supposed to be driving these trucks. True story. Yesterday I'm in a 55 mile an hour situation. I'm driving I'm not over 60, so I'm between 55 and 60. And one of them big dump trucks, the ones that lift like this and got all the rocks and the gravel, them big hard shits. Dude just cut out in front of me. I literally had to skid like this, or I would have been up under his truck. And he looked at me like he ain't care. Be careful out here on these highways, man. These truckers, man, they just giving CDL licenses away. But back to it. I thought about it because the truck just drove by. Jeremiah chapter 30, verse 15. Why criest thou for thine affliction? Thy sorrow is incurable, for the multitude of thine iniquity, because thy sins were increased. I have done these things to you. Well, why are we going through what we going through, brother? I have done these things unto thee. Therefore, all they that devour thee shall be devoured, and all thine adversaries, every one of them shall go into captivity, and they that spoil thee shall be a spoil, and all that prey upon thee will I give to a prey, for I will restore health unto thee, and I will heal thee of thy wounds, saith the Lord. Again, the Lord is going, the division that you see between all of the different tribes right now only is going to be healed when the Lord come back. So you could go around, you could sing Kumbaya all you want to. Yeah, you might be in a camp where you got a Native American brother and an Issacharite brother and a Reubenite brother and a this brother and a that brother. Yeah, in the camps. But when you looking at the nation on the whole, the nation of Israel on the whole, it's no division. I mean, it's no camaraderie. It's no togetherness. It's division all around. Jeremiah 30:17. For I will restore health unto thee, and I will heal thee of thy wounds, saith the Lord, because they called thee an outcast, saying, This is Zion, whom no man seeketh after. Thus saith the Lord, Behold, I will bring again the captivity of Jacob's tents, and have mercy on the dwelling places of the city. Let me read this one again. Thus saith the Lord, Behold, I will bring again the captivity of Jacob's tents, and have mercy on his dwelling places. And I had dropped the and. The and got kicked out the sentence. And the city shall be built upon her own heaps, and the place shall remain after the manner thereof. Yep. Okay, that's it. Yeah. Keep getting it. Let's go Psalms now. I just was reading to see if I wanted to keep going. Yeah, it's crazy weather time now. It'll be 85 in the day and 60 at night. This the good weather though. Psalms 107 and 20. Let's go down to 20. Let's go 19. Psalms 107 and 19. Then they cry unto the Lord in their trouble, and he saved them out of their distresses. Yeah. So you know it's vexing in the spirit. You know what I'm saying? Just normal day activity, walking around down here. And it's crazy. I'm from New York. I'm in North Carolina now. But I'm from New York. So in New York, I grew up around Puerto Rican, Dominican, what else? Puerto Rican, Dominican, not too much Mexican. Didn't really deal with them, but for the most part, Puerto Rican, Dominican, right? And so being around them, it wasn't like we was kumbaya all the time, but we was cool. You know, they the attitude that you get from the so-called Mexican, Issachar, especially down here in the South, is crazy. It's just like dealing with a white person. They'll look at you up and down like this. They'll act like they too good to speak to you. they look like they're scared you gonna rob them or some shit like that. This is the reaction I get from so-called Israelites. It's crazy. Psalms 107 and 19. Then they cry unto the Lord in their trouble, and he saved them out of their distresses. He sent his word and healed them. He sent his word and healed them and delivered them from their destruction. So again, the word, the scriptures is going to be what healed you. The scriptures is going to be what comforts you. So if you have individuals, brothers, sisters that truly know the scriptures, then you're going to get a definite certain energy off them. A different energy off of them. That's hopefully you're going to get a different energy off of them than off of somebody that don't understand the scriptures. But to the 2/3 that don't understand the scriptures, and even some that do, you got the Latino only Israelite that stay online talking shit and all this shit. You got them. You got the black only Israelites. They know the scriptures, but they ain't swallowed the whole roll. That's why they out here acting like buffoons. That was another scripture came in my head. It'll come back, Lord willing. Let's keep getting it. Let's go to Isaiah 30. Yeah, it's crazy. And you know, you think about it, everything is it's all of the Lord, man. It's all of the Lord. So when it's gonna get right in the kingdom. Right now you might have glimpses of it and little clusters of what is to come right now and on this side. But when it's gonna fully be healed, then we gonna fully be healed as a nation, and we gonna fully be right, and we get them new hearts and all that change coming in the kingdom, man. Let's go. Let's go 25. Isaiah 30 and 25. And there shall be upon every high mountain and upon every high hill rivers and streams of waters in the day of the great slaughter when the towers fall. Moreover, the light of the moon shall be as the light of the sun, and the light of the sun shall be sevenfold as the light of 7 days in the day that the Lord bindeth up the breach of his people. In the day that the Lord bindeth up the breach of his people and healeth the wound, healeth the stroke of their wounds. Yeah, when the Lord do it, man. Keep going, let's go. Let's get over the second case. We can come back to some of that healing. Let's get over there to how it all went down. How it all went down. Second case, right? Second Kings 17, and let's start at 7, right? Yeah, 7. Second Kings chapter 17, verse 7. For so it was that the children of Israel had sinned against the Lord their power, and in the scriptures in Deuteronomy 11, Deuteronomy 11, 27, 28, or 26 and 27, it say, behold, this day I lay forth upon you a curse and a blessing. A curse if you follow, a blessing if you follow the Lord. Matter of fact, let's just get it. Let's just get it, right? Yeah, Deuteronomy chapter 11, verse 26. 25. There shall no man be able to stand before you, for the Lord your power shall lay the fear of you and the dread of you upon all the land that ye shall tread upon, as he hath said unto you. Behold, I set before you this day a blessing and a curse. A blessing if ye obey the commandments of the Lord your power, which I command you this day, and a curse if ye will not obey the commandments of the Lord your power, but turn aside out of the way which I command you this day to go after other gods which ye have not known. And you see Israel right now. You know, if you look at Israel, gather all the nation of Israel together, how many different gods they out here worshiping? You got some heads worshiping Kemet gods and all of them shits over there, crocodile head and hippopotamus head. You got this section over here worshiping white boy Jesus, Serge Ray Borgia. You got these hands over here doing yoga and all these yoga poses and all of these shit summoning up demons. You got this section of women over here that calling themselves spiritual or whatever the case may be, and they burning herbs and incense and all of this shit, talking about the ancestors and Ocean and all of this other shit. You got these heads over here, the Haitians over there, they wilding the fuck out with they voodoo shit. and over here in Northern Kingdom and Mexico and Puerto Rico, you got them going at the Santeria, throwing chicken bones and shit like that on the table. So if you gather up the whole nation of Israel, that's all you got. You got a smorgasbord of Israel going after all these different gods. So then you wonder why the whole nation of Israel is like that? Because for the most part, the whole nation of Israel, because 2/3 is greater than 1/3, the whole nation of Israel, the majority of Israel, going after other gods. That's what they doing. Back to it. 2 Kings, chapter 17, verse 7. For so it was that the children of Israel had sinned against the Lord their power, which had brought them up out of the land of Egypt, from under the hand of Pharaoh, king of Egypt, and had feared other gods, and walked in the statutes of the heathen, and walked in the statutes of the heathen, and all of them other gods that I just was talking about that Israel going after, them the statues of the other heathen, whom the Lord cast out from before the children of Israel, and of the kings of Israel, which they had made. And the children of Israel did secretly those things that were not right against the Lord their power, and they built them high places in all their cities, from the tower of the watchman to the fenced cities, and they set them up images and groves in every high hill and under every green tree, and there they burnt incense in all the high places, as did the heathen, whom the Lord carried away before them, and wrought wicked things to provoke the Lord to anger. Why? Why is Israel like we are right now? Why are we divided? And wrought wicked things to provoke the Lord to anger. For they served idols, whereof the Lord had said unto them, Ye shall not do this thing. Yet the Lord testified against Israel and against Judah by all the prophets and by all the seers, saying, Turn ye from your evil ways, and keep my commandments and my statutes, according to all the law which I commanded your fathers, and which I sent to you by my servant the prophets. Notwithstanding, they would not hear, but hardened their necks, like to the neck of their fathers, that did not believe in the Lord their power. And they rejected his statutes and his covenant that he made with their fathers, and his testimonies which he testified against them, and they followed vanity and became vain, and went after the heathen that were round about them, concerning whom the Lord had charged them that they should not do like them. Hey, this is Israel, man. This is Israel. What's that? I think it's Ezekiel 8, right? I think it's Ezekiel 8. Let's see. Let's go Ezekiel, Ezekiel 8 and 3. And he put forth the form of a hand, and took me by a lock of my head, and the spirit lifted me up between the earth and the vision, and lifted me up between the earth and the heaven, and brought me in the vision of the Most High to Jerusalem, the power of Jerusalem, to the door of the inner gate that looked toward the north, where was a seat of the image of jealousy, which provoketh to jealousy. And behold, the glory of the Most High Israel was there according to the vision that I saw in the plain. Then said he unto me, Son of man, lift up thine eyes now the way toward the north. So I lifted up my eyes the way toward the north, and behold, northward at the gate of the altar, his image of jealousy in the entry. He said furthermore unto me, Son of man, seest thou what they do, even the great abominations that the house of Israel committeth here, that I should go far off from my sanctuary? But turn thee yet again, and thou shalt see greater abominations. And he brought me to the door of the court, and when I looked, behold, a hole in the wall. Then said he unto me, Son of man, dig now in the wall. And when I had digged in the wall, behold, a door. And he said unto me, Go in and behold the wicked abominations that they do here. So I went in and saw, and behold, every form of creeping things and abominable beasts, and all the idols of the house of Israel portrayed upon the wall round about. This is what Israel always been doing. And going back to it, nothing new under the sun. So again, if you was to gather up collectively the nation of Israel right now, and you probably come up with a top 100 of shit they worshiping, man. So then when you want to go, well, why is Israel not healed yet? Because the Lord got to come back and heal us. Because Israel's still dumb, deaf, and blind, man. For the most part, Israel's still dumb. Even the Christians, still dumb, deaf, and blind. Don't understand the scriptures. Worshiping where they shouldn't be worshiping. What's the other one I had? It's in Psalms. I think it's 106. 34 or 105. Yeah. Psalms chapter 106 and okay, we still going. Psalms chapter 106 and 32. Let's start at 32. They angered him also at the waters of strife, so that it went ill with Moses for their sakes, because they provoked his spirit, so that he spake inadvisedly with his lips. They did not destroy the nations concerning whom the Lord commanded them, but were mingled among the heathen and learned their works. This in the time of Moses, man. We read Ezekiel, but this in the time of Moses, man. Moses went up to the mountain to talk to the Lord. By the time Moses came down, they already done made 2 golden calves, and they down there going off, bugging the hell out. This is why the Lord had to put his foot in Israel's ass. Israel was always going on. Isaiah 106 and 34. They did not destroy the nations concerning whom the Lord commanded them, but were mingled among the heathen and learned their works. And they served their idols, which were a snare unto them. Yea, they sacrificed their sons and their daughters unto devils, and shed innocent blood, even the blood. Even look at the abortion situation, right? So you dare say, oh, it's not that, it's not this. You think they getting rid of all of them fetuses, man, that they taking out of, they are running tests on them fetuses. They are doing certain things with them fetuses after they take them out. They are doing certain things. That's why you caught the lady out there in Planned Parenthood out there in California, she got caught setting up a deal, brokering a deal, and getting kickbacks and foreign cars and money and trips and all of this shit. They caught one of the chicks out there, Planned Parenthood in California. They selling them to these to companies, and they're running tests on them. They coming up with new flavoring for food, new additives, and all of this shit. This is what they doing with them things. I did a lesson. They took it down. I did a lesson going into all of the stuff that you was able to do with the fetuses, and they took it down. Psalms 106 and 37. Yea, they sacrificed their sons and their daughters unto devils, and shed innocent blood, even the blood of their sons and of their daughters, whom they sacrificed unto the idols of Canaan. And the land was polluted with blood. Thus were they defiled with their own works, and went a-whoring with their own inventions. Therefore was the wrath of the Lord kindled against his people, insomuch that he abhorred his own inheritance, and he gave them into the hand of the heathen, and he gave them into the hand of the heathen, and they that hated them ruled over them. And it's still going on this day, man. Let's keep reading. Their enemies also oppressed them, and they were brought into subjection under their hand. Many times did he deliver them, but they provoked him with their counsel, and were brought low with their iniquity. But nevertheless, he regarded their affliction when he heard their cry, and he remembered for them his covenant, and repented according to the multitude of his mercies. He made them also to be pity of all those that carried them captives. Save us, O Lord. Who gonna save us? Save us, O Lord, our power, and gather us from among the heathen, to give thanks unto thy holy name, and to triumphant in thy praise. Blessed be the Lord power of Israel. Blessed be the Lord power of Israel, from everlasting to everlasting. And let all the people say amen. Praise ye the Lord. Yeah, it's going to be the Lord that saved us, because it was the Lord that put us, well, really it was us that put us in this predicament. Israel is hard-headed, stiff-necked, don't want to listen. Israel don't want to listen, and so the Lord put his foot on our necks, man. And his foot gonna come up when he returns. Until then, we gonna keep going through it. Issacharites gonna still be looking at me sideways like I got a zipper on my fucking head. My head zip off backwards. They gonna still be acting funky. You gonna still have a Jamaican. I grew up with Jamaicans calling me Yankee Skunt. Yankee Skunt this, Yankee Skunt that. I grew up with that. You know what I'm saying? I grew up with the Haitian. You to this day, if you go home, a black American go home to dating a Jamaican chick or a Haitian chick, shit, you might get all kind of hate from her father. You still to this day. Nehemiah chapter 9 and let's start going back to the Psalms chapter with Moses. Let's go 14. Nehemiah 9 and 14. 13. Thou camest down also upon Mount Sinai, and spakest with them from heaven, and gavest them right judgment, and true laws, good statutes and commandments, and madest known unto them thy holy Sabbath, and commandest them precepts, statutes, and laws by the hand of Moses thy servant, and gave them bread from heaven for their hunger, and broughtest forth water for them out of the rock for their thirst, and promisest them that they should go in to possess the land which thou hadst sworn to give them. But they and our fathers dealt proudly and hardened their necks and hearkened not to thy commandments. See, this why we got put in. the Lord the Lord put us in a chokehold. The Lord still got us in a chokehold. The camel clutch. The Lord got us in a camel clutch. Nehemiah chapter 9 verse 15. And gavest them bread from heaven for their hunger, and broughtest forth water for them out of the rock for their thirst, and promisest them that they should go in to possess the land which thou hadst sworn to give them. But they and our fathers dealt proudly and hardening their necks and hearkening not to thy commandments, and refused to obey, neither were mindful of thy wonders that thou didst among them, but hardening their neck. Dang. Back to back, hardening their neck, huh? But hardening, I lost my spot. But hardening their neck, and in their rebellion appointed a captain to return to their bondage. But thou art a power ready to pardon, gracious and merciful, slow to anger, and of great kindness, and forsookest them not. Yea, when they had made them a most, see, that's the spirit right there. I was talking about that. What's up, brother? I was talking about that too. How they had Moses, by the time Moses came down, they already made them some molten calves. 18, Nehemiah 9 and 18. Yea, when they had made them a molten calf, and said, this is thy power that brought thee up out of Egypt, and have wrought great provocation, yet thou in thy manifold mercies forsookest them not in the wilderness. The pillar of the cloud departed not from them by day to lead them in the way, neither the pillar of fire by night to show them light, and the way wherein they should go. Thou gavest also thy good spirit to instruct them, and withheldest not thy manna from their mouth, and gavest them water for their thirst. Let's go. Let's jump down. 26. Nehemiah 9 and 26. Nevertheless, they were disobedient and rebelled against thee, and cast thy law behind their backs, and slew thy prophets, which testified against them, to turn them to thee, and they wrought great provocation. Therefore thou deliverest them into the hand of their enemies who vexed them, and in the time of their trouble, when they cried unto thee, thou heardest them from heaven, and according to thy manifold mercies, thou gavest them saviors who saved them out of the hand of their enemies. Again, so even back then, when Israel was going through it, it wasn't them that got themselves out of the hands of their enemies. They had to turn and they had to cry to the Lord, and the Lord saved them. It's going to be the same thing now. It's going to be the same thing now. It's going to be the same thing now. Let's get two real quick on that. Let's go Luke. Luke 18 and 6. Red letter. And the Lord said, hear what the unjust judge saith, and shall not the Most High avenge his own elect, which cry day and night unto him, though he bear long with them? I tell you that he will avenge them speedily. Nevertheless, when the Son of Man cometh, shall he find faith on the earth? Yeah, the Lord gonna, we crying out to the Lord, man. We know that the Lord, it's gonna be the Lord that saved us. It's gonna be the Lord that's get us right. Let's go Revelation. Let's go 17. Revelation 18 and 17. For in 1 hour, so great riches is come to naught, and every shipmaster and all the company and ships and sailors, and as many as trade by sea, stood afar off and cried when they saw the smoke of her burning, saying, what city is like unto this great city? And they cast dust on their heads and cried and weeping and wailing, saying, alas, alas, that great city, wherein were made rich all that had ships in the sea by reason of her costliness. For in 1 hour she is made desolate. Here's the point. Watch this. 20. Revelation 18 and 20. Rejoice over her, thou heavens, and ye holy apostles and prophets, for the Most High have avenged you on her. For the Most High have avenged you on her. This is what's going to happen to this place. So that's going to be when Israel going to be healed. Israel going to be brought back together. Ain't going to be no more vexation. Ain't going to be all of that back and forth, that pettiness. All of that's going to be gone, man. Matter of fact, let's get a little bit on that. Let's go back over here. Let's get that Isaiah 11:13. Let's get that. All of the Lord. That's when we gonna get right. When the Lord come back. Until then, most of Israel gonna be stuck on stupid. Now women gonna be Isaiah 11 and I don't even want to get on them heads, man. Let's go 12. Isaiah 11 and 12. And he shall set up an ensign for the nations, and shall assemble the outcasts of Israel, and gather together the dispersed of Judah from the four corners of the earth. The envy of Ephraim shall depart, and the adversaries of Judah shall be cut off. Ephraim shall not envy Judah, and Judah shall not vex Ephraim. Southern kingdom and northern kingdom going to be here when the Lord come back and gather together this dispersed of Israel from the four corners. When the Lord do that, Israel going to be here. When the Lord do that, Israel going to be here. Let's get Jeremiah. Let's keep getting some more. Let's get Jeremiah 3. Until then, it's just going to be, some people going to be, like I said, stuck on stupid. They ain't going to be able to get it, man. Let's go 16. Jeremiah 3 and 16. And it shall come to pass, when ye be multiplied and increased in the land, in those days, saith the Lord, they shall say no more, the ark of the covenant of the Lord, neither shall it come to mind, shall they remember it, neither shall they visit it, neither shall that be done any more. At that time they shall call Jerusalem the throne of the Lord, and all the nations shall be gathered unto it. to the name of the Lord to Jerusalem, neither shall they walk any more after the imagination of their evil heart. See, all of them gods that they going after and shit. In those days, the house of Judah shall walk with the house of Israel, The house of Judah, southern kingdom, shall walk with the house of Israel, northern kingdom, and they shall come together out of the land of the north to the land that I have given for an inheritance unto your father. But I said, how shall I put thee among the children and give thee a pleasant land and a goodly heritage of the hosts of nations? And I said, thou shalt call me my father, and thou shalt turn away from me. Surely as a wife treacherously departeth from her husband, so have ye dealt treacherously with me, O house of Israel, saith the Lord. A voice was heard upon the high places, weeping and supplications of the children of Israel, for they have perverted their way, and they have forgotten the Lord their power. Return ye backsliding children, and I will heal your backsliding. Jeremiah 3:22. Return ye backsliding children, and I will heal your backsliding. Behold, we come unto thee, for thou art the Lord our power. Now let's read the last three verses. Truly in vain is salvation hoped for from the hills and from the multitude of the mountains. Truly is the Lord our power, is the salvation of Israel. For shame hath devoured the labor of our fathers from our youth, their flocks and their herds, their sons and their daughters. We lie down in our shame, and our confusion covereth us. Going back to why Israel can't all see that, we the people of the Lord. We're the 12 tribes of Israel, man. This is the true name of the Father, Yahweh, and his son, Yahweh Shai. They can't get it. We lie down in our shame, and our confusion covereth us, for we have sinned against the Lord our power, we and our fathers, from our youth, even unto this day, and have not obeyed the voice of the Lord our power. Yeah, you'll see certain people that that's not necessarily gang banging and this and that, call themselves, enlightened or trying to wake the people up or wake they people, black people up or whatever. And you will see they got some things they got right. Like for instance, they'll say, okay, we foundational black Americans and we was here. You gotta understand, before people was classified as a color, over there in Israel, you had the 10 tribes that came over here to America first. So yeah, it was people that, the so-called Native Americans, they came over here first, Northern Kingdom. They was over here first. So they was dark-skinned. They was dark-skinned people. So yeah, they was here before America was created or whatever. But they were Israelites. They were Israelites. You know what I'm saying? So they say we not Africans. Yeah, we're not Africans. We're Israelites, though. So they have a little bit of the truth, but then some kind of way they turn and they go over here to West Bubblefuck. You like, how you get over there? How you get over there? Matter of fact, let's get that. What's that in 2nd Esdras 13 and 40, right? Because you would go, well, how did they know how to come over here? Well, during the time of King Solomon, he would send the ships over here, his navy, which was a big name. His navy was over here, so they knew about this land. So the tribes, the 10 tribes, they left. They came over here. Matter of fact, we gonna read it. Let's get it. Second Esdras 13 and yeah, let's go. Because in this gonna line up with what I was reading in Second Kings, right here. But let's go Second Esdras 13 and 40. Those are the 10 tribes which were carried away prisoner out of their own land in the time of Hoshea the king, whom Salmanasseh king of Assyria led away captive, and he carried them over the waters, and so they came unto another land. But they took their counsel among themselves that they would leave the multitude of the heathen and go forth into a further country where never mankind dwelt, that they might keep their statutes, which they never kept in their own land. And they entered into the Euphrates by the narrow passage of the rivers, for the Most High then showed signs for them and held still the flood till they were passed over. For though that country there were for through that country there was a great way to go, namely a year and a half, and the same region was called Assyris. So yeah, so it took a year and a half from over there by boat to get here. And then if you look up Assyris, Assyris is America. Before it was America, before it was even named America. So the 10 tribes came over here first. So yeah, you had people here in America before they got here, the so-called Native Americans. Yeah, and they had color. Yeah, because if you look at get to the, I think it was 1700, they classify all black Native Americans as black. All dark-skinned Native Americans got classified as black. So they got mixed in and got sold into slavery too. Then you had, before Southern Kingdom was even brought over here from the west coast of Africa into slavery, you had Native Americans that were sent out of here on slave ships from North Carolina, South Carolina, into slavery in other places. The first World's Fair that they ever had or whatever here, they had so-called Native Americans in cages like animals in the first World's Fair. You could look it up. All these things you could look up, man. The Jewish Encyclopedia break down what Assyrians was. When Christopher Columbus came over here and to deal with the natives that was already here, he had Hebrew interpreters on the ship with him because he knew when he got over here, the natives was going to be speaking Hebrew. So let's get back to that second Kings 17. We're gonna read some more about the what we would just read about in Second Esdras. What was it? Second Kings 17 and right. Let's go. Yeah, back up here at the top. Let's go. Let's start at 1 and read down to like 5. In the 12th year of Uzziah, king of Judah, began Hoshea, son of Elah, the reign of Samaria over Israel 9 years. And he did that which was evil in the sight of the Lord, but not as the kings of Israel that were before him. Against him came up Shalmaneser, king of Assyria. We were just reading that in Second Esdras, right? 13, right? Against him came up Shalmaneser, king of Assyria, and Hosea became his servant and gave him presents. And the king of Assyria found conspiracy in Hosea, For he has sent messengers to so king of Egypt and brought no present to the king of Assyria as he had done year by year. Therefore the king of Assyria shut him up and bound him in prison. Then the king of Assyria came up throughout all the land and went up to Samaria and besieged it 3 years. In the ninth year of Hosea, the king of Assyria took Samaria and carried Israel away unto Assyria. So we were just reading in Second Esdras how the 10 tribes, after they was taken away to another land, to Assyria, after that they got free. When they was released, they said, yo, let's go to a land further away that no man never dwelt. That place was Azareth, and that is here. So, but then even that's showing you another divide right there. The 10 tribes say, yo, we gonna leave and we gonna get away. So let's jump back down to 16, 15. Second Kings 17 and 15. And they rejected his statutes and his covenants that he made with their fathers, and his testimonies, which he testified against them. And you'll have some people going, oh, slave ships couldn't, wooden ships couldn't do this and couldn't do that. If the Lord keep the waters calm, and you get into them jet streams, and it's what the Lord want to happen, the Lord can float some wood. The Lord can make sure you travel from over here to over here if that's what the Lord want to happen. People stupid, man. 2 Kings chapter 17 and 15. And they rejected his statutes and his covenant that he made with their fathers, and his testimonies, which he testified against them. And they followed vanity and became vain, and went after the heathen that were round about them, concerning whom the Lord had charged them that they should not do like them. And they left all the commandments of the Lord their power, and made them molten images. We read about that. Even 2 calves. We read about that in Nehemiah, right? The 9th chapter. And made a grove and worship all the hosts of heaven and served Baal. And they caused their sons and their daughters to pass through the fire and use divination. They still doing this right now. And use divination and enchantments, and sold themselves to do evil in the sight of the Lord to provoke him to anger. Therefore the Lord was very angry with Israel and removed them out of his sight. That's going back to them getting taken away into captivity. There was none left but the tribe of Judah. There go that separation all the way back then. Also Judah kept not the commandments of the Lord their power, but walked in the statutes of Israel, which they made. And the Lord rejected all the seed of Israel. But Israel was split already by then, because northern kingdom was already sent into captivity. And the Lord rejected all the seed of Israel and afflicted them and delivered them into the hand of the spoilers until he cast them out of their sight. For he rent Israel from the house of David, and they made Jeroboam son of Nebat king of Jeroboam, drave Israel from following the Lord, and made them sin a great sin. For the children of Israel walked in all the sins of Jeroboam, which he did. They departed not from them until the Lord removed Israel out of his sight, as he has said by all his servants the prophets. So was Israel carried away out of their own land to Assyria unto this day. Yep. Let's go. I think it's back in Jeremiah, the 3rd chapter, right? Jeremiah 3 and 10. Let's go. Judah's sin greater than Israel. So we reading about this. We reading about the split. Why Israel divided. So we got when Israel was going off and they were sent into captivity, right? Let's go Jeremiah 3 and 6. The Lord said also unto me in the days of Josiah the king, hast thou seen that which black backsliding Israel have done? She is gone up upon every high mountain. Jeremiah chapter 3 verse 6. The Lord said unto me, Jeremiah 3 verse 6. The Lord said unto me in the days of Josiah the king, hast thou seen that which backsliding Israel have done? She is gone up upon every high mountain and under every green tree, and there have played the harlot. And I said, after she had done all these things, turn thou unto me. But she returned not. Watch this. And her treacherous sister Judah saw it. And her treacherous sister Judah saw it. And I saw when for all the causes whereby backsliding Israel committed adultery, I had put her away and given her a bill of divorce, yet her treacherous sister Judah feared not, but played the harlot also. See? This is how we ended up in the position we in. Israel, northern kingdom, got sent away for wilding out, and then Judah, you know what I'm saying, thinking that they was in good case because they wasn't sent away with Israel, northern kingdom. They started doing the same thing. The Lord called them treacherous. Oh, nigga, oh, come over here and put that noisy shit, that noisy ass shit out of here. Jeremiah 3 and 8. And I saw when all the causes whereby backsliding Israel committed adultery, I had put her away and given her a bill of divorce, yet her treacherous sister Judah feared not, but went and played the harlot also. And it came to pass through the lightness of her whoredom that she defiled the land and committed adultery with stones and with stocks. They still doing that right now. This an Israelite somewhere right now got some little shiny little stones, throwing them out on the damn table, talking about they doing a head reading or a head cleansing or some shit like that with some candles burning and a cigar blowing smoke. It's somebody right now somewhere doing that shit. I could guarantee you. I bet money on it. And yet for all her treacherous, and yet for all this her treacherous sister Judah have not turned unto me with her whole heart, but feigningly, saith the Lord. And the Lord said unto me, the backsliding Israel have justified herself more than treacherous Judah. Yeah, they all looking, they both going off, but they looking at each other like, shit, I'm better than them. Oh no, I'm better than y'all. Well, you going after you doing this, y'all both going off. What the fuck, man? Damn, they coming over here with that noisy shit. Shit sound like a fucking lawnmower. Let's go Exodus 32 and 9. Let's get that. Shit, loud as fuck. But again, like I said, in the kingdom, we don't have to worry about that. In the kingdom, you won't have to worry about Israelite a brother trying to bring out some scriptures or bring out something, and a slow belly Israelite bugging. Let's go. Nah. Okay, let's go. God's wrath against Israel. Let's go. Exodus 32, Exodus 32 and 7. And the Lord said unto Moses, Go, get thee down, for thy people, which thou broughtest out of the land of Egypt, have corrupted themselves. They have turned aside quickly out of the way which I commanded them. Exodus 32 and 7. And the Lord said unto Moses, Go get thee down, for thy people, which thou broughtest out of the land of Egypt, have corrupted themselves. They have turned aside quickly out of the way which I commanded them. They have made them a molten calf, and have worshipped it, and have sacrificed thereunto, and said, These be the gods, O Israel, which have brought thee up out of the land of Egypt. And the Lord said unto Moses, I have seen this people, and behold, it is a stiff-necked people. Huh? Now watch this. Watch this part. Now therefore, let me alone, that my wrath may wax hot against them, and that I may consume them, and I will make of thee a great nation. Yeah. From the very beginning, Israel was going on. So why we going through what we was going through? Shit, in the time of Moses, Israel was going on. He said, the Lord said, he said, they have turned aside quickly out of the way I commanded thee. Go get to them. Moses, go talk to your people, man. It's a stiff-necked people. That's why we going through it right now. And they necks is even stiffer right now. My people necks is stiffer right now. Ain't trying to hear nothing. They is not trying to hear nothing. Esau is the way. The way of Babylon is the way, man. We good, man. We good here. 21, Deuteronomy 31 and 27. 24. And it came, Deuteronomy 31 and 24. And it came to pass when Moses had made an end of writing the words of this law in the book until they were finished, that Moses commanded the Levites which bear the ark of the covenant of the Lord, saying, Take this book of the law and put it in the side of the ark of the covenant for the Lord your power, that it may be there for a witness against thee, for a witness against thee. For I know thy rebellion, for I know thy rebellion and thy stiff neck. Behold, while I am yet alive with you this day, ye have rebellious against the Lord. And how much more after my death? Yeah, man. Moses like, man, all over. We done read in Psalms they was going off. We reading in Exodus how they was going off. We reading in Nehemiah how they was going off. We reading in Jeremiah how they was going off. We reading in 2 Kings how they was going off. Every place you read, Israel going off. Ezekiel, the 8th chapter. Look over here. Look at all the abominations they doing. Israel was going off all in the scriptures. Why we not together? Why Israel like we is? Why Israel the way we are? Because Israel can't stop going the hell off. That's why. Israel can't stop going off. They won't stop going off till the Lord come back. Hard-headed ass niggas. Niggas and spiggers. Hard-headed ass niggas and spiggers. And tontos. Don't want to listen. Second Chronicles 30. Let's go 6. Second Chronicles 30 and 6. So the post went with the letters from the king and his princes throughout all Israel and Judah, and according to the commandments of the king, saying, Ye children of Israel, turn again unto the Lord power of Abraham, Isaac, and Israel, and he will return to the remnant of you that are escaped out of the hands of the king of Assyria. Going back to what we was reading, northern kingdom got sent into captivity into Assyria, right? Because the king was going off at that time. And be not ye like your fathers and like your brethren, which trespassed against the Lord power of their fathers, who therefore gave them up to desolation, as ye see. Now be ye not stiff-necked, now be ye not stiff-necked as your fathers were, but yield yourselves unto the Lord, and enter into his sanctuary, which he hath sanctified forever. No, it's just for a time, forever. And serve the Lord your power, that the fierceness of his wrath may turn away from you. For if ye turn again unto the Lord, your brethren and your children shall find compassion before them that lead them captive, so that they shall come again into his land. For the Lord your power is gracious and merciful, and will not turn away his face from you, if ye return unto him. Yeah. So that's why they do that. My daughter was like, well, why did they mislead us with history and education and all that? Because they want you to stay dumb. They want you to stay lost. They understand, if Israel, once Israel collectively call on the Lord and acknowledge that we went off and call on the true names of the Lord, it's over. It's over for them. That's why I say in Revelation, it say a great fear fell upon them, because the elites know. The rulers, the elite, top elites, they know. They know who is and who not the children of the Lord. That's why them heads over there right now getting more blowback, because they know them not the people of the Lord. And even not even just knowing, just even by their actions, you can see they not godly people. They're not godly people. Them people got, man, they don't, man, the killing that they got going on over there is ridiculous, man. Get something to drink, my throat. They know. Back to it. We in this state because Israel's stuck on stupid. Israel stuck on stupid. Ain't no other way to put it. Israel stuck on stupid and gonna be on stupid till the Lord come back. Man. 2/3. 2/3 is bigger than 1/3. Psalm 78 and 8. Psalm 78 and 8. Let's go. Let's start up higher. Let's start at 1 and read that. Psalm 78 and 1. Teach the children God's laws. Give ear. 78 and 1. Give ear, O my people, to my law. Incline your ears to the words of my mouth. I will open my mouth in a parable. I will utter dark sayings of old, which we heard and known, and our fathers have told us. We will not hide them from their children, showing to the generation to come the praises of the Lord and his strength and his wonderful works that he hath done. For he established the testimony in Jacob. He established the testimony in Jacob and appointed a law in Israel, which he commanded our fathers that they should make them known to their children, that the generation to come might know them, even the children which should be born, who should arise and declare them to their children, that they might set their hope in the Most High. No, I'm going to set my hopes in this place. I'm going to set my hopes into us figuring out on our own. I'm going to set my hopes in this group, that group, all of that. The stupidness going to magically disappear from them, and they going to get a clue. That's what I'm going to put my hopes in. No, I'm going to put my hopes in the Lord, man. I'm going to put my hopes, like I say in my intro, to the kingdom to come, to the rulership to come. Jacob is the Esau is the end of the world. Jacob is the beginning of it that follows. I'm putting my hope and my looking forward to a new kingdom wherein dwelleth righteousness. That's what I'm putting my hope in. That the generation to come might know them, even the children which should be born, who should arise and declare them to their children, that they might set their hope in the Most High, in God, that they might set their hope in God, and not forget the works of the Most High, but keep his commandments. No, we going to throw the commandments away. They don't matter. They ain't even trying to keep 10. It's 613, but they don't even want to keep 10 of them. And might not be as their fathers, a stubborn and rebellious generation, a generation that set not their heart aright, and whose spirit was not steadfast with the Most High. This is why we in the position we in. This is why following after the king, northern king, following after the king Jeroboam or Rehoboam, whichever one, and they ended up going into captivity. But my people, they want to hear the smooth things. They want to hear stuff that you ain't got to keep the law. You ain't got to do this. You ain't got to do that. That's what they wanted. That they always was like that. Time of the Maccabees, they like that. That's how they been. That's how they always been. First Maccabees chapter 1, 11. In those days went there out of Israel wicked men who persuaded many, saying, let us go and make a covenant with the heathen that are round about us. Not a covenant with the Lord. The Lord told Moses, all the prophets been telling them, yo, don't do what, go after the heathens. Don't do what the heathens doing. Don't be like them. Don't follow their gods. Don't pick up their ordinances. First Maccabees 1 and 11. In those days went there out of Israel wicked men who persuaded many, saying, let us go and make a covenant with the heathen that are round about us. For since we departed from them, we have had much sorrow. So this device pleased them well. It should have made them angry. It should have made them go, nah, no, we not going to do that. No, we going to stick to what the Lord said. We going to stick to what the word said. We going to stick to what Moses said. No, we going to stick, we going to go with what these wicked leaders is telling us. Same thing now. That's why we like we is. So this device pleased them well. Then certain of the people were so forward herein that they went to the king, who gave them license to go after the ordinances of the heathen, whereby they built a place of exercise in Jerusalem according to the customs of the heathen. So they was out there running around butt ass naked working out. That's why you see a lot of the Olympic statues and all of that, heads is butt naked. First gymnasiums, it was men in there working out butt naked. That's why, and that's that Greek custom. So then now you get to right now, even them Kappas and them Alphas, a lot of that shit, it's the same shit going on. Israel doing the same shit. Not just in the worshiping of these other gods, the customs that they have, the customs that they taken up. There's heathen customs. That Greek this shit and this secret society and all of this shit and all that. That's Greek shit. But you can't tell them nothing. Try to tell a Shaq that Greek shit is. He like, man, look where I'm at in life. Look what I got. Let's go down. Let's read some more in here. I ain't been in here in a minute. Let's go down to 41. Now let's go 36. For it was a place to lie in wait against the sanctuary, and an evil adversary to eat Israel, and an evil adversary to eat Israel. Thus they shed innocent blood on every side of the sanctuary, and defiled it, insomuch that the inhabitants of Jerusalem fled because of them, whereupon the city was made a habitation of strangers, and became strange to those that were born in her, and her own children left her. Her sanctuary was laid waste like a wilderness. Her feasts were turned into mourning, her Sabbaths unto reproach, her honor unto contempt, as had been her glory, so was her dishonor increased. Her excellency was turned into mourning. Moreover, King Antiochus wrote to his whole kingdom that all should be one people, and everyone should leave. What's that? The one one world order, and everyone should leave his laws. So all the heathen agreed according to the commandment for the king. Yea, many also of the Israelites consented to his religion. This is what you got going on right now. Same thing going on right now. They follow all types of other heathen religions instead of following the scriptures. Yea, many also of the Israelites consented to his religion, and sacrificed unto idols, and profaned the Sabbath for the king. So is not we prove the pattern? Every place we read how Israel was going on, was going after other gods, was following the laws of the heathens, was worshiping the gods of the heathens, was not listening to Moses, was not listening to Ezekiel, was not listening to Jeremiah telling them, all over the scriptures. That's why we in the position we in. All over the scriptures, man. Yeah, you got your bright spots in the scriptures, certain spots where you say, oh, the Israelites believed, and they believed on Yahweh Shai and the apostles and all of this and all of that. But for the most part, it's 80% Israel going off. For the king has sent letters by messenger unto Jerusalem and the cities of Judah, that they should follow strange laws of the land, and forbade burnt offerings and sacrifices and offerings. He forbade them from doing the customs that we supposed to be doing in the temple, that they should profane the Sabbath and festival days, and pollute the sanctuary and holy people. See, and look at this one. 47, 1 Maccabees 1 and 47. Set up altars and groves and chapels of idols, and sacrifice swine's flesh and unclean beasts. And they still argue down to this day about eating pig. They argue you down about eating swine. Like, my people cannot it's like they put crack in the pig. My people is hooked on pork like it's crack, man. That they should also leave their children uncircumcised, and make their souls abominable with all manner of uncleanliness and profanation, to the end they might forget forget the law and change all the ordinances, to the end that they might forget the law and change all the ordinances. This is all they ever. So going back to what I was saying, this is why they gonna lie to you. They not gonna tell you the truth. They not gonna tell you the true names. They gonna have you keep going off, because long as we going off, it's good. The longer they in rulership, and the longer Israel gonna be in this sunken state, man. Hosea 5 and 15. I will go to my place until they acknowledge their offense. 50. First Maccabee 1 and 50. And whosoever would not do according to the commandment for the king, he said he should die. In the self same manner wrote he to his whole kingdom, and appointed overseers over all the people, commanding the cities of Judah to sacrifice city by city. Then many of the people were gathered unto them, to wit, everyone that forsook the law, and so they committed evils in the land, and drove the Israelites into secret places. Yeah. So even in this, you got, like I said, it's going to be a 70, 30, 60, 40. It's going to be a percentage of Israelites that's going to do wickedness, but you still always had those Israelites that's going to be like, nah, we going to keep the law, statutes, and commandments. Just like when the 10 tribes came over here, and they talk about we gonna come over here so they could worship and this and that. They got over here, they start going off. Why you think the Lord sent Christopher Columbus over here to put his foot in their ass? Because they was going off over here. Yeah, you had some Israelites that was trying to keep the custom. Yeah, you had some Israelites that was still calling on the true names of the Lord. Even the when they going around Yahweh, Yahweh, Yahweh. Some of them knew, but the other people they knew too. The other nations they knew who they was dealing with. They knew who they was dealing with, but they also know they got to keep us down. They keep us going off. By keeping us going off, they know, like we read in the Maccabees, if they keep us going off, they got us. Now the 15th day of the month, Kosher, in the 140th and 5th year, they set up the abomination of desolation upon the altar, and builded idol altars throughout the cities of Judah on every side, and burnt incense at the doors of their houses and in streets. Yeah. And when they have rent in pieces the books of the law, which they found, they burnt them with fire. They didn't want us to have no access to nothing. Nothing. They didn't want us to remember nothing. And whosoever was found with any of the book of the testament, or if any consented to the law, the king's commandment was that they should put them to death. Thus did they, by their authority, unto the Israelites every month, to as many as were found in the city. Yeah. Now the 25th day of the month, they did sacrifice upon the altar, idol altar, which was upon the altar of the Most High, at which time, according to the commandments, they put to death certain women that was caused their children to be circumcised. And they was killing women for circumcising their babies, man. And who that sound like, man? Who that sound like? What was done during slavery over here to mothers and this and this and that? What was done during slavery over? Who that sound like? And they hanged the infants about their necks, and rifled their houses, and slew them that they had circumcised them. Howbeit many were fully resolved and confirmed in themselves not to eat any unclean thing. Wherefore they chose rather to die, that they might not be defiled with meat, and that they might not profane a holy covenant. So then, so they, so then they died, and there was a very great wrath upon Israel, a very great wrath from the Lord. But then it go back to it though, you got some Israelites that was willing to bow down and do what they had to do, and some that was willing to die or whatever for it. But then that go back to why Israel was in, because Israel was so easy, so readily ready to follow after these other guys, do as the other. That's why we in a predicament we in. Isaiah 48. All over the scriptures, Israel going off by force, by decree. When the king say, "Oh, do this," they like, "Yeah, word, king, we can do that for real, man." The fucking people, boy. In Christianity, we said you can eat the pork. For real, Pastor? The pork is clean now? Yeah, yes, my son. Pass the pork. Let's go. Isaiah 48 and 1. Hear ye this, O house of Jacob, which is called by the name of Israel, and are come forth out of the waters of Judah, which swear by the name of the Lord, and make mention of the power of Israel, but not in truth, nor in righteousness. For they called themselves of the holy city, and stayed themselves upon the power of Israel. The Lord of hosts is his name. I have declared the former things from the beginning, and they went forth out of my mouth, and I showed them, and I did them suddenly, and they came to pass, because I knew that thou art obstinate, and thy neck is as iron sinew, and thy brow brass. See? But the Lord came from the very beginning. 3, Isaiah 48 and 3. I have declared the former things from the beginning. From the beginning. The Lord told us don't do certain things, and here we are right now to this very day doing it. Willingly doing it now. Proud and boasting and doing shit that shouldn't be doing, man. I left the church and I'm spiritual now. You a fucking witch. With your little incense and your little spells and your little this and your little that, your love potions. You're a witch. Isaiah chapter 48 and 3. I declared the former things from the beginning, and they went forth out of my mouth, and I showed them, I did them suddenly, and they came to pass, because I knew that thou art obstinate, and thy neck is as an iron sinew, and thy brow brass. I have even from the beginning declared it to thee. Before I came to pass, I showed it thee, lest thou shouldest say, mine idol have done them, and my graven image and my molten image have commanded them. Yeah, but watch this though. Amen. Judges. Amen. I like it. I like it, brother. Preach it, brother. Judges chapter 10, verse 14. 13. Judges 10 and 13. Yet ye have forsaken me and served other gods. Wherefore I will deliver you no more. Go and cry unto the gods which ye have chosen. Let them deliver you in the time of your tribulation. And the children of Israel said unto the Lord, we have sinned. Do thou unto us whatsoever seemeth good unto thee. Deliver us only, we pray thee this day. So going back to what I was saying, all of the different gods that Israel been following all of these years from the very beginning, this is why we in the position we in. All of these different images, these different deities, and all of these that we giving our praise to. This is why we in this position. Let's get this one in Jeremiah.
This is the devil too, right here. Cell phone. Amen.
Jeremiah chapter 2
God's feeling, sir.
and Jeremiah chapter 2 and 11. Half a nation. Yeah, I don't even entertain that guy no more. I don't even entertain that guy no more. That guy, that's the guy that came over here. This guy right here walking away. You know what I'm saying? He could be an Edomite. He could be an Israelite. But he came over here. He was the one telling me, oh, if you don't pray for me right now, I'm going to walk away and this and that and whoop, 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 whoop. And I don't even entertain him no more. He come over, talk, say what you going to say. I'm going to ignore you. And I'm gonna ignore you, keep teaching, and you go ahead, go about your business. I ain't even trying to do that. Plus, the last time he came over here, he came over here, he was standing here, the phone cut off. I'm like, man, I ain't even talking to you no more, man. Your energy ain't right. Jeremiah chapter 2 and 11. Hath a nation changed their gods, which are yet no gods, but my people have changed their glory for that which doth not profit. Be astonished, O ye heavens, at this, and be horribly afraid. Be ye very desolate, saith the Lord, for my people have committed two evils. They have forsaken me, the fountain of living waters, and hewn them out cisterns, broken cisterns that can hold no water. Is Israel a servant? Is he a homeborn slave? Why is he spoiled? Yeah. My people want to be breastfed, spoon fed, bullshit by everybody else. They love it. They love the, you know what I'm saying? I'm Muslim. I want to be accepted by the Arabs. You know, alhamdulillah, brother, alhamdulillah, brother. My peoples is fucking lost, man. They lost. That's why we in this state right now. That's why we in the state we in right now, man. That's why we in the state we in right now. Let's get a couple more. Let's go back to let's get back over. Let's get Hosea 6 and 1. Let's get those three and we'll close out. Hosea 6 and 1. Yeah, I ain't even talking to you no more, brother. You come over here, you had your shot. Hosea chapter 6, verse 1. Come and let us return unto the Lord, for he hath torn and he will heal. Why is Israel not together? Why is Israel apart? How or why did Israel get in the state that we are? Where we is why how are we like that? Hosea 6 and 1. Come and let us return unto the Lord, for he hath torn and he will heal us. He hath smitten and he will bind us up. There you go, right there. There you go, right there. Couple more and we close it out. Ezekiel 34:16. Yup, you just waiting on that day, the great day of the Lord, man. And hope you accounted the how that song go. I want to be in that number when the saints come marching in. It ain't no. It ain't no. The The people know the Lord done gave them signs and things all over. Let's go. Let's go. Ezekiel 34 and 11. For thus, for thus saith the Lord power, behold, I, even I, will both search my sheep and seek them out. As a shepherd seeketh out his flock in the day that he is among his sheep that are scattered, so will I seek out my sheep and will deliver them out of all places, scattered into all nations, and will seek them out of all places where they have been scattered in a cloudy and dark day. And I will bring them out of the people and gather them from the countries, and I will bring them to their own land and feed them upon the mountains of Israel by the rivers and in all the inhabited places of the country. I will feed them in a good pasture, and upon the high mountains of Israel shall their fold be. There shall they lie in a good fold, and in a fat pasture shall they feed upon the mountains of Israel. I will feed my flock, and I will cause them to lie down, saith the Lord power. I will seek that which was lost, and bring again that which was driven away, and will bind up that which was broken, and will bind up that which was broken, and will strengthen that which was sick. But I will destroy the fat and the strong, and I will feed them with judgment. Yeah, man. Yeah, that's enough on that one. The Lord gonna heal us, man. The Lord gonna heal us. The Lord gonna heal us. The Lord gonna heal us. Why we still in this state? Cause we was going off, and the Lord got us in this state. Malachi chapter 4 and 1. For behold, the day cometh that shall burn as an oven, and all the proud, yea, and all that do wickedly shall be stubble. And the day that cometh shall burn them up, saith the Lord of hosts, that it shall leave them neither root nor branch. But unto you that fear my name shall the Son of Righteousness arise with healing in his wings. But unto you that fear my name shall the Son of Righteousness arise with healing in his wings, and ye shall go forth and grow up as calves in the stall. We were just reading that in Ezekiel, the 34th chapter. You gonna be safe. You gonna be good. You gonna be healed up. The Lord gonna bind you up. The Lord gonna do all this. Ain't good. We not gonna do it, man. Because the pride, the prejudice, the ignorance, ain't gonna allow us to, the Lord ain't gonna allow it to be done on this side. So, hey, man, appreciate it. Any of y'all that stayed in for this long or whatever, you know what I mean? Next week, I'll probably be out here a little earlier, too. But so, Lord willing, Lord willing. But with that one, I'm going to say all praises, honor, glory to Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shai, by Hashem, Rakat Madash. Salute to the men out here teaching the fullness of the scriptures in these times. To the hopeful elect scattered abroad, unlike unto a speckled bird, tabernacle of King David. I look forward to your rulership in the kingdom to come. To the remnant, men, women, children. Remain spiritual out here. Shalom, Israel. Shalom.